While many activists voiced their displeasure with President Biden's Atlanta trip to address voting rights, several black Democratic leaders accompanied the president to lend their support. The Biden administration's handling of voting rights has seemingly created a wedge between the two sides, a wedge that could produce dire consequences for Democrats in the upcoming elections. In the past few days, black legislators have had to balance supporting Biden's efforts while not making disparaging remarks about activists' frustrations over the Biden administration's lack of progress on voting rights. Congressional Black Caucus Chair, Representative Joyce Beatty, rejected the notion that the president's trip to Atlanta was more about symbolism than substance.
What I don't agree with is that this is a photo op. This is taking some of the most powerful members who have been standing up for voting rights. Now, if we were only going to Atlanta and that was it, but we have a commitment from the President of the United States that he is about change. He is about voting rights.
But was Biden's delayed public endorsement of eliminating the filibuster enough to chill the frustrations of voting rights advocates and justify the unrelenting support Biden has received from black lawmakers? Joining us is one of the attendees of Biden's speech, the president of People for the American Way, Ben Jealous. So, Ben, some activists refused to go to Biden's speech today. You chose to go. What's your reasoning for going to the speech and supporting the president in this way?
This is what we went to jail 4 times for, what we were arrested 4 times for. As Cliff said, what he and I spent a night in jail for. This was the result of millions of people signing petitions and writing letters, hundreds of thousands making calls, and hundreds going to jail, including Dr. King and Coretta's only grandchild. And when somebody does what you've pled with them to do, what you've demanded that they do, in my book, you show up. At the same time, this is just a speech, and everybody's fully within their rights. I'm going to go, I'm not going to go. It really doesn't matter, because what matters is that we're one movement and we work together. Cliff and I go back to when we were young men in the Deep South organizing, taking even greater risks than we do today. And we are absolutely united, just like we were when we were in jail together a few months ago, on what needs to happen next. And absolutely that, there's got to be a walk behind the talk. But the talk that we heard today is what the beginning of a successful presidential push looks like. It's a very exciting speech. He said everything that the people demanded that he say. He came out and said that the Senate has to clear a path for the vote. The rules have to be changed, even get rid of the filibuster if you have to. And that's what we needed to hear. That's the beginning. And I believe that everything that Cliff hopes to see, we will see and see soon. I'm very optimistic.
I think that they took issue with a little bit of the substance, but for the most part, I think you're right that this was what activists had wanted to hear the Biden administration say, and it was perfect in that regard and comprehensive in that regard. I guess the bigger question becomes timing. It is 6 days before Schumer has said that he is going to force a vote on voting rights. And if that vote's fail, and everyone expects it to fail, then that is when he's going to deal with filibuster, what they call rules changes, but really talking about the filibuster. Is that frustration warranted if you've been organizing, protesting, getting arrested all year long saying, say something, say something, say something, and then the person only says something 6 days before the deadline?
Frustration is absolutely warranted. I've certainly shared that frustration up to this point. I think faith is also warranted. The Bible is repetitive on the definition of faith. It's the essence of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And I do believe that it's worth having faith in Vice President Harris and President Biden in this moment, because what we saw today was a shift. We don't elect politicians to make change happen. We don't give up that power as the people. No, we elect them to make it a little easier for us to make change happen. And what we saw today was President Biden really own that his job in this case is to do the will of the people. 80% of the American people support what's in the Freedom to Vote Act. and a good chunk of the American
Well,
people are demanding it.
I get that. You know, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm playing devil's advocate here, but there are just some issues because you and I have been talking about this all year. Cliff and I have been talking about this all year. There are just some annoyances around this because Biden said in that CNN town hall that he was not going to say anything about the filibuster as long as they were negotiating on Build Back Better. And literally, you now stand in this position where you feel like the only reason that he is coming to the defense of this bill is that Build Back Better has tanked, that Manchin has tanked it, and they don't want to even touch it again, and they want to let everybody cool off. And now he said that he literally said out of his own mouth that he wasn't going to say anything about the filibuster. He didn't want to weigh in because he would lose votes on Build Back Better if he did. So that's like that doesn't feel good to anyone, particularly if you're fighting for democracy, to have somebody say you'll be second fiddle to this spending. The second thing, however, Ben, is the line he gave in the speech today that he was tired or finished being quiet. Nobody made you be quiet, Mr. President, but you. So this idea of like, oh, well, now I'm fed up. What are you fed up with? You're fed up with your own behavior? Like, there is, I think, some irksome realities around today's speech, as good as today's speech were. Do you see that the relationship between the Biden administration and voting rights advocates, the ones that didn't show up today, is already damaged?
I think that the president has to restore faith, and ultimately the faith of the folks who put him in office, that he will fight like hell. And I believe today we saw the beginning of him restoring that faith. And as Cliff said very clearly, it has to be followed up with a clear plan. It has to be followed up with bold action. I may have a little bit more faith than my brother that we'll see it. We will see it. And you know what? If we don't see it, all of us will be frustrated. I think you'll be seeing thousands get arrested in front of the White House, not just hundreds.
Ben Jealous, thank you as always for your time.